What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been asking for my response on this whole WoW token drama, everything that's been going on. Apparently, we found on Wago that there is going to be a WoW token in TBC anniversary. Now, I will be completely honest with you guys. What we're about to talk about here, take it with a grain of salt, because you got to realize that none of us actually know what's going on ever. Because there's actually zero communication from Blizzard. They don't really clarify these things ever. We just don't know, okay? So we give you our opinions as classic WoW content creators. And I'm going to give you my opinion on this situation. Now, just so you guys know what I'm talking about, let me pull it over, okay? Right here, okay? This was found, right? The, interface for the token, add-on for the token. This one says Miss right here, auction house, WoW token frame, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Bunch of stuff talking about the WoW token, right? Now, we know the WoW token's already in that version of the game, but everyone thinks that this is now meaning that the WoW token is coming to TBC anniversary. And I may have a little bit of a hot take about this. I could be wrong, I could be right, I'm not sure, but you guys are asking me to give you my opinion on it, so I'm gonna do just that, right? So I look at this, and the first thing that comes to mind is, I don't really give a shit at all. I don't really care, to be completely honest, whether it's true or not. Everyone in Anniversary, more than half of the player base, not everyone, I should say more than half of the player base already buys gold anyway. So them adding this to Anniversary really doesn't make that big of a difference. It just makes it so that you can now legally buy gold if you want to keep up with them, right? You got mongoose pots that are 30 gold a pop. And for the average player, who, that's who we were catering to with Anniversary, it's pretty impossible to go get full consumes and raid Nax at this point without buying gold, or at least playing and farming gold for 8+ hours a day, multiple days a week. We already know that. We already understand that. So to me, if this is true, and they are adding the token to Anniversary, I don't think it's going to harm the game in any way. I mean, the game is already harmed. The economy is already destroyed. It really doesn't matter. All it kind of does is give people a fighting chance. But what really bothers me, and this is going to piss off a lot of people most likely, is that if they do add the token, I want you guys to go back, and maybe I'll even find the video and link it here, where I said originally, when they banned GDKPs on Anniversary, I said this is them setting up to add the WoW token. And if they add the token, then I was right. If they don't add the token, then I still don't really care, because I'll be honest with you guys, it doesn't make that big of a difference. Most of this player base is buying gold regardless. And to be transparent with you guys, I want you to know that as a classic WoW content creator, probably every single classic WoW content creator, we get emails. I get 10+ emails a week from gold selling companies trying to get me to let them sponsor me. And they are paying decent money, right, for me to just talk about these websites or link them in the description of my videos. None of us do it, obviously, but I want you to know that that's how many people buy gold. That there are multiple websites. It's not just G2G where people are buying gold. People are buying gold everywhere. It is a massive thing. So many people buy gold. They try and get us to let them sponsor our videos and talk about it for money, whatever. We don't do it, obviously. But I just think that this whole drama surrounding the WoW token coming to TBC is kind of silly. I mean, realistically, it doesn't really matter. Everyone's already buying gold. I'd rather them just unban GDKPs and let people farm gold that way. You know what I mean? Like, really, at this point, I know you guys hate when I talk about GDKPs, but I don't know. To me, this is just a bunch of nonsense. I won't believe it until I see it. I really think, I'd like to think Blizzard has, the right mindset, at least in terms of that, to not add the token to TBC. But at the same time, I'm looking at it from their point of view, and it's like, if everyone's buying gold already, why not just add it in the game? Give people who don't want to break the rules a fighting chance, and Blizzard makes some money off of it as well. It also allows people, the other side of the token is that it also allows the people who are playing legitimately and farming gold, because, with an inflated economy, it is also easier to earn gold for the people who are farming gold. People have tens of thousands of gold on Anniversary. This just wasn't a thing back in 2019. It allows them to basically, have a way of earning even more gold, right? Of earning game time with their gold is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. You guys are all asking for my opinions on this situation, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty indifferent. You know, I'm just sitting here waiting to play TBC. You know, I'm gonna play one character in TBC. TBC, for a lot of people who don't realize it, is way more of a prep and grind, rep grinds and things, and it's way more raid loggy in the end than vanilla is even. So, you know, with GDKPs being banned, I can't see myself playing more than maybe 2 characters max, 1 raid character, 1 arena character, and we'll go from there. But I just find it really funny that they banned GDKPs and did all this. And in doing that, we've proceeded to have the worst economy that we've ever had in Classic WoW ever. It is the worst economy. Anniversary has been destroyed since day one, and GDKPs weren't a thing. So clearly those weren't the thing destroying the economy. I personally think it's the boosting. I've talked about it a million times. People buy gold to boost characters. That is literally the main reason. If GDKPs were the main reason people were buying gold, the economy wouldn't be this destroyed right now, and gold wouldn't be selling like crazy on multiple websites, okay? So, that being said, if the token comes to TBC, I keep getting asked, do you think it's going to ruin the experience? I don't really think so. I think the economy is already destroyed, and adding the token doesn't really add to that at all, in my opinion. It'll feel exactly the same as it does now. So no, it won't ruin TBC if the token does come. If the token doesn't come, which is kind of what I'm leaning more towards, I don't think this is for TBC Anniversary. I really don't see Blizzard adding it for TBC, but you never know. It might just be something that's bundled in with a bunch of other assets, right? Like, we know the Dark Portal Pass is coming to TBC. We know that hands down that is coming, right? We've had the pet data mine and all that stuff. So we know that's coming, and that was here the first time, and whatever. People had their problems with that. And it is what it is. You still have fun. You still play for a long time. Then you get burnt out. You stop. You come back. You stop. You come back. That's how WoW is played, right? And I think that, you know, all this drama, all this negative mindset surrounding the game is just a bunch of people who are extremely burnt out. You know, log off, play a different game for a couple months, and then when you come back, you'll enjoy it again. It's still a great game. It's still a legendary experience, no matter what. It just doesn't feel that legendary when you keep replaying the same thing over and over again for 6 years. I get it. I get the burnout. But this drama, in my opinion, with the token is not as big as everyone's making it seem. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Whether they add it or not, the game's economy is already destroyed. It's not going to hinder your experience any further if they add the WoW token to TBC, so don't worry about that. But personally, I don't feel like they are adding it to TBC. I could be wrong, and they could add it. And again, I don't think it'll make that big of a difference at all. I think that the issue always comes down to the same thing that I talk about in most of my videos. I've been on more of a positive mindset kick. I don't want to really make many negative videos, and I don't even see this video in a negative way. I'm trying to let people know that even if this does come to TBC, it's not going to ruin your experience. The experience is what it is right now, and it's not going to change. I just think that at the end of the day, man, just play the game and have fun. Don't worry about all this stuff. You know, if Blizzard found this stuff to be a major issue, that all this drama was happening or anything, they'd maybe respond, but they don't. We get no clarification on this stuff until the week before or 2 weeks before or whatever. And that's just how it is. You got to get used to it. If you love playing this game and you enjoy the game and you enjoy watching content on the game, you got to realize this is it. This is what is happening. This is how people talk about this stuff. There's always some sort of drama, right? And that's okay. You know, it's like the Real Housewives of Azeroth at this point, where this is classic WoW, and honestly, I love it. I love the drama. I think it's fantastic. I think it actually gives us something to talk about since there's no actual content or updates to talk about in the game. Without this, we'd have nothing, to be completely honest. So, thank you, Blizzard, for staying silent, because if you talked and clarified everything, we would have nothing to report on and nothing to really share opinions on and go back and forth with the community. But I'm actually really curious how divided the community is on this, if it was coming or if it wasn't coming. I'd like you guys to actually comment down below and let me know how you feel about it. Do you think it's coming? Do you not think it's coming? Do you think this is a bunch of bull? You know, do you think it would ruin your experience if it did come? Because I'm really trying to convince you it wouldn't. You know, adding the WoW token doesn't change a thing. Everyone in this game is already buying gold. Most of the people playing the game are buying gold. And it's just something that I think that this is just the way Classic WoW goes at this point. If we can't ban the bots and we can't ban boosting and ban all this stuff, this is just how it'll always be played, and you have to accept it. Play at your own pace. Play the way that you want to play. Obviously, don't break the rules. Don't let it affect you, right? It's hard to not let it affect you if you're trying to be like a sweaty raider and you're trying to raid and be fully consumed and world buffed and all that jazz. It's very expensive. As you guys know, I was playing Anniversary recently up until the last month or so once Nax came out, and I found out that it was going to cost, almost 2,000 gold to go to a Nax raid fully consumed. I said, you know what? I'm stepping back until pre-patch and TBC come out. I'm going to play other games and kind of reset my burnout, let myself miss WoW a little bit, and then come back and play. Because I can't afford 2,000 gold per raid for Nax, and I'm not buying gold. So those were my options. I chose to take a break, play other games. We were playing the Arc Raiders beta over the weekend, having a blast. We've been playing Rust on stream, having an absolute blast. And we'll come back for pre-patch and for TBC, right? I'm not going to sit here. I'm not buying gold to raid or any of that crap. And the economy does not allow you to, I can't play for 8+ hours a day, 5 days a week. So I cannot farm the gold that I need to do those raids fully consumed. And anyone who says you can do it not fully consumed, please find me a raid group that will take you not fully consumed into Nax right now, because it doesn't exist, and that's a bunch of malarkey if you're saying that. But anyway, yes, let me know what you guys think down below. I just think this stuff is so funny at this point, man. I love it. It's hilarious. I don't think the TBC token is a thing. I don't think it's coming. It definitely could. I'm just leaning more towards I don't think that it is. And if it does, it's not going to change the experience that much. It really isn't. Everyone's already buying gold. Blizzard knows everyone's already buying gold. They try to do their best, I guess, with banning bots and things like that, but I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really care, to be completely honest. When I play the game, I just play it to have fun and make content on it, and that's it. So let me know what you guys think down below. Follow me on kick.com/hammerdance. We're partnered over there now, so if you want to support me, come hang out in the streams. We have a really good community, and we have a good time every night, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe to the channel if you love Classic WoW just as much as me, but thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one, and there will be a next one, because this is not the end of the drama.